Welcome to the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Brought to you in part by Master Networks Wylie and powered by the Difference Media LLC. Today's show is hosted by Brian Poduska, entrepreneur, property manager and co-creator of the North Texas Community Difference series. And co-hosted by Jenny Connelley, owner of TC Roofing and Restoration, and Angela Tucker, realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex. The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie was created to serve as the platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our co-host and their guests share thoughts and insights about being a professional and the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in a very special way. Because the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie starts now.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Thursday edition of the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. I am filling in for Brian Poduska today. Brian's our normal host, and he's a business owner. He had some things come up to take care of, and so I'm stepping in today and hopefully be able to fill those shoes. My name is Lyndon Wilson, and I am the creator of the Difference Media LLC. We're about 4 years old now, and we started this as a radio show to really bring attention to some of the blind spots that small business owners have, and to identify the difference between what gets elite results and what gets mid-level mediocre results. And that has transformed itself over the years into an opportunity for us to partner and network with more small business owners within specific communities and bring the attention and awareness to the people, the places, and the events that are doing so many amazing things. If you're like me and you're like most, mainstream media, it's just full of the negative and really rarely ever focuses on the outstanding people that are making our community so special. The community leadership, the school districts, and especially the small business owners. And so we want the small business owners to get to know the residents to get to know them on a much deeper basis. And so that's why we created this show. I'm going to bring on our co-host here in just a second. Want to let you know, though, that we are on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. That's where we do our live streaming. We also do our podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, and Apple, and about 30 other different platforms. I can't name them all, but they kind of picked the show up because it's pretty good. And then we have a new radio station, 2940 The Difference Internet Radio. If you're looking, we have music on that as well. So we have a mix of music and then our talk shows mixed in. So if you want to see any of those, you can go to our website, www.thedifferenceradio.com, and follow us there. You can also see our sponsors there. If you see someone and they've got something that you're in need of, you can go there to figure out more about how to contact them. So enough about the difference and enough about me. I want to bring on now our regular co-host, two ladies that do an incredible job, and they also just impress me so much by the people they're connected with and the guests that they bring on. So I want to bring on now Jenny Connelley and Miss Angela Tucker. Welcome, ladies. How are you?
Hello. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I just I left the business revival called Master Networks Wylie this morning, and I am pumped up, charged up. It's just, man, every week, I think that our president, Brittany, mentioned that we had about 10 new guests today. This thing is growing. And I put out a post the other day. I said, this should be the poster child of how networking groups perform. The energy, the enthusiasm, but the support. And it's being done in such an incredible way. I can't stress it enough. We're going to talk more about that later. But before we do, we're going to start with Angela, because Angela kind of missed last time she was on. She was vacationing up in Arkansas, and we were all jealous. But Angela, I want you to tell everybody who you are, what you do, and then we'll go to Jenny.
All right, everyone. Hi, I'm Angela Tucker. I am a realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex, and I love helping people's dreams come true through their goals in real estate, whatever that looks like for them, whether they're buying their first house, they're moving up, downsizing, investing in properties, or, there's all different facets of real estate. And I'm just here to help them through all the different stages of that. And I really enjoy what I do. I love helping my clients and kind of getting to be there through the processes of them going through the stages of life. It's really nice to get to hold their hand and to get to see them make memories in the homes that I help them purchase and do all the things in their life. It's awesome.
How long have you been doing this, Angela?
Over 6 years now.
Wow. Well, I guess I met you right after you got into it. I think we did I think it was with Alan Lester. We did that trip down to the state fair with everybody, which was a lot of fun. Yeah. Give us a quick story of the most inspiring transaction that you've had, as far as how it transpired, something that's really stuck with you and really makes what you do such a passion for you.
Well, I really would say there's not one specific, but I love helping first-time home buyers. You're never going to get the same joy out of anyone else. I mean, everyone's excited to buy a house, but the first time helping somebody who comes to you scared and really doesn't even know the process, and just getting to be there and walk them through that and kind of hold their hand and let them know it's going to be okay. And they have what it takes to own a home, and then you get them in there, and it's just, you get to watch their equity grow. So I like to tell people, look at your home like a savings account. Whether you're a good saver or not, your home's growing equity for you. So if you're not, then that's a really good thing. You want to get in there. You're putting your money to where you live every month regardless, right? So
Exactly.
You might as well be doing it to yourself. So I just really enjoy getting to help those people, because that's the start of building wealth for someone. They're starting that, and then you see them move up. That's how people get into these $1 million+ houses. Most people don't start there. Very few start there. So you start at one, then you build equity, and you're moving to the next one. And I get to help them do that and see their money grow and grow into the new houses. And just, it's a life changer, really.
That's awesome. Jenny, good to see you. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Tell everybody a little bit about you and TC Roofing, Restoration and Solar.
Yeah, so I'm Jenny Connelley, and I'm the co-owner of TC Roofing Restorations and Solar. I own the company with my husband and my amazing business partner. We are in our 6th year of business, 7 years in the industry, and we're basically the silver lining of a natural disaster. When unexpected crazy storms happen, which are statistically happening more frequently and more often, we're able to turn that burden into really a blessing. And I'm super passionate about helping homeowners become educated on how the process works with dealing with an insurance claim, and working correctly to where we can use those funds from the insurance to provide equity, just like a real estate agent does, to upgrade their home and to provide, great products that will help them reduce their monthly expenses, whether it be their energy bills or their insurance premiums as well. So we're helping a lot of homeowners right now. Actually, the main thing that we're finding is a lot of air conditioning units are broken from the hail that has impacted them. So we're getting a lot of AC units replaced right now, as those are going out because of the crazy heat. So yeah, we just love helping people, really kind of slowing things down, not making them make a decision right away, letting them know that they have multiple choices and multiple options, and then just really focusing on the education side of it.
Awesome. So I got a question for you. When you were a little girl, what did you dream of being when you grew up? And then how did you get into roofing?
Oh, wow. Well, definitely did not dream about being a roofing, that's for sure.
That's why I phrased it that way, because it's funny. We had that conversation today. Most of us don't end up doing what we thought we were going to end up doing.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like my mind changed so much. The first thing that I remember is wanting to be a veterinarian, like help animals. I've always been super passionate about animals. And
what a great tie-in to your guest today, right?
I mean, yeah, wait till you hear how we met. And no, it was definitely never anything that I saw doing, but I have always had a passion for people. And even when I first came out here, me and my husband moved here from Lake Tahoe, and my background is being a casino host for Caesars Entertainment. taking care of people on a high VIP level. And coming here to Texas, I'm like, what are we doing? Like roofing, construction, shingles, like, I don't know. And very quickly it was like, oh no, this is VIP service. This is customer service. This is exactly what it is. It's exactly the same as, you know, being in the restaurant business or, you know, anything customer service related, whether, you know, real estate agent. But it's taking care of people and understanding people.
Awesome. Well, that makes a lot of sense. It makes sense why you got into it, why you have such a passion for it. Okay, so now it's time to bring on your guest. We're going to let Angela go first, and we'll bring on her guest, and then we'll let Jenny, let you introduce yours.
Okay, everyone. So I'm ready to introduce my guest. I'm super excited about this one. She's one of my great friends, Brittany Welch, who she is a powerhouse. She is our president of Master Networks now. That recently happened. I'm super proud of her to see her step into that leadership role and just own it. But as far as her business goes, she owns Boards by B Charcuterie, and she also does finance as well. So I'll let her tell you a little bit more about her businesses, but she is great at all things social media, getting her name out there. She was a teacher for, I can't remember exactly how many years, but quite a few years. And she just recently went full-time in her business last year. And we took an incredible trip to Greece and Italy to celebrate. So that was super fun. But she's just super awesome. She's great at what she does. So with no further.
Well, welcome, Miss Brittany. We're going to give you just a few minutes to tell everybody what you do, because when we come back from our first break, we're going to let you get into depth about what it is. But welcome to the show. Congratulations on the new spot as president of Master Networks. I mean, we sing the praises every week, but I know we don't do it justice until you've actually visited. But welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Angela. Thank you for letting me be your guest today. My name is Brittany Welch, and like Angela said, I was a teacher and softball coach for 12 years, and I went full-time with my businesses probably 15 months ago, and it's been the best decision of my life. I am a licensed financial educator, and I own Boards by B Charcuterie More. We do catering, logo cookies, and charcuterie boards. And just recently, I got passed the torch of president of our Master Networks Wylie Chapter.
And we're going to talk about that more after the break as well, and then talk a little bit about what's going on there. But again, thank you for being here. Jenny, tell us a little bit about your guest. You've actually got two today. We're excited about that. And of course, I've already been chatting with one because it's right up my alley. But introduce them.
Yes, I have Candace and Penny with Evanescence Mustang Horse Rescue and Sanctuary, and they are both just amazing. They're basically angels walking this earth. I met Penny on a plane, and we instantly connected. I really do feel it was just divine timing for our paths to intertwine, and they are just amazing souls that are doing beautiful things, and I'm really excited for you guys to meet them. So Penny and Candace.
All right, let's bring them on. Hello, ladies.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Well, thank y'all for being here and spending time with us. Again, we've got about 2 minutes till break. So, Penny, if you want to go first, and Candace, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your business.
So my name is Penny Walters. I'm actually an RN and have been an RN for, dare I say, over 30 years. But at my core, I'm one that in order to feed my soul, I need to constantly be making a difference and giving back. About 5 years ago, I started and did some research and came across Evanescent Mustang Rescue. I went out to one of their open houses, met Candace, and was instantly connected and knew that I was in the right place and doing the right thing. And worked with them over the last 5 years, and just recently in the last 3 months or so was asked to join the board, and as a member of that board has taken over the process of adopting out these Mustangs. So I'm going to hand it over to Candace, and Candace can give some background and history behind what Evanescence is and why we're here.
All right, welcome, Candace, and I am so happy that you brought a horse on with you. How cool! This is the first time we've had a horse on the show.
This is Comet. She was actually our very first rescue. and has a very interesting story behind her. But I am a counselor of 16 years this year, and I always wanted to work with horses and people. And so somehow it just all has come together where getting to incorporate the rescued Mustangs and specifically with veterans and first responders is our biggest task right now that we're working on. And so, yeah, they're all pretty amazing around here.
They are. That is so cool. Well, we're going to go to our first break right now. I want to thank everybody for the comments that are coming in. Marissa, Evanescence, Mustang Rescue and Sanctuary. If anybody out there is watching and you know any of these ladies in a personal or professional capacity, comment how much you love them and why. We want to know, and we want everybody else to know that's watching. And so I want everybody to stick around because we're going to hit our first commercial break, and we'll be right back.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie is made possible in part by Juan Payon and JP Direct Health, providing affordable health insurance solutions as a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Allison Wilson and Community Wealth Advisors, Life Well Planned. Angela Tucker with Coldwell Banker Apex. Here to help you discover your real estate dreams and build wealth through all stages of life. Cordell Reynolds with Platinum Eagle Mortgage. Your mortgage journey starts here. Marley Knapp with Norwex, chemical-free, sustainable solutions for your home, and by Terra Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning. Don't let dirty windows be your pane in the glass.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Together, we can make the difference. And now back to the show.
All right. Thank you for sticking around. Welcome back. We're going to hit our segment right now that we call What's Up, Wylie? We have a little sounder.
What's up, Wylie?
That's it. Everybody loves it. Kind of cheesy. And I'm stating that it's not as cheesy as Boards by B. And I've learned to say charcuterie. That was like Worcestershire sauce to me for a long time.
Yeah, it is.
It's very difficult. So we want to talk a little bit about what's going on in Wylie. We're also going to talk a little bit about Master Networks. Okay, we're going to spend a few minutes on both because I want to get back to our guests and let you guys, our ladies, have a little bit more talk time on who you are, what you do, and why you love it. So who wants to start off with what's going on in Wylie right now?
I'll go. It's back to school, so I hope that all of the kiddos and all of the teachers have an incredible day. It's Wylie's first day today.
Yes, and the traffic made everybody remember it was Wylie's first day today. What do you got, Jenny?
Well, I always love bringing the Master Networks. That is my favorite day of the week. I'm bummed that I was not feeling well this morning, but I would love to get the community involved and coming out to our Thursday meetings at 9 a.m. downtown Wylie at Herman Marshall. And yeah, kids are back in school as well. I see them all posting their pictures and they're all out and about. So that's what we have. And then we have the events girl up here, Brittany. So I'm sure she's got some great stuff too.
Absolutely, Brittany. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about the events that you know about. Also, and if anything's going on, like who are we looking to add to our Master Networks chapter?
Sure. So I'll start with, so within Master Networks, we have developed a community of people. We do a volunteer event every quarter, a Master Networks member event every quarter, and a networking event open to the public every quarter. And through these events, we have been able to develop stronger communications or stronger relationships within our community. As far as the events next Thursday, our Master Networks group is going to do our second annual Water Down Wylie. We all donate money and get a bunch of beverages. And after our meeting, we'll actually drive around our community and pass out cold drinks to anybody who's working out in the heat. We're in Texas, so we know how hot it is. And for anybody who has a job that is outside, we just want to let them know that we appreciate them. And just doing a small random act of kindness, we hope that everyone pays that forward. And I think that's what allows people to see the good in people. And so we're going to do a little touch of that in the community. I know Boards by B specifically, I'm partnering with Landon Winery, and we have a trivia night cheese and wine pairing class coming up in August. And that will be at the Landon Winery in Wylie, in downtown Wylie. I know that there is a CPR class that our member Charmene with Confident CPR, she's hosting a CPR class. So if anybody needs to get certified, we have someone that we trust that's able to do that. And there is a luncheon coming up within the Wylie Chamber on August 22nd. Those are the events that I know about.
Okay. Anything else you want to add about the Master Networks chapter? I know we've got some seats open. We're trying to fill. So if anybody's watching now, you might, if you know somebody, or it could be you, share that with us for a little bit.
Absolutely. So like I said earlier, I was a teacher and softball coach for 12 years. And when I stepped out of education and into full-time business owner, entrepreneur, I knew networking was a part of that. I will be the first to admit, I was definitely naive to know what networking really meant and what it took. But I was also naive to know what it brought into my life. And being able to be in a networking group like the Wylie Chapter Master Network, I would proudly say it is unlike any other group I'm a part of. And I've joined several trying to get my business and my name out there. The Wylie Chapter Master Networks, we're a community group that actually care about the individual and not just standing up and saying our 30-second speech. We have 40 members, around 40 members, but we are looking for more. We have referrals, we have business, we have connections, and we're looking for more people to pass those to. So some of the seats that we're looking to fill would be an electrician. We're looking for a solar or a commercial roofer to be able to connect and join forces and bounce ideas with Jenny. She's our residential roofer. We're looking for a party planner. And I know especially a lot of us are looking for somebody who does apparel, whether that's embroidery or can be able to do screen printing, to do company shirts. We're all business owners in there and we all want to represent our company. So we're looking for somebody who can put that onto apparel for us. Some other seats that we're looking for, there's tons within Master Networks. The really cool thing about Master Networks is that it's seat specific. And unless you're in the business, you might not know what that means. So if you go to a normal networking group, you might have 12 or 15 realtors that stand up, or you might have multiple insurance companies or caterers like myself. There might be several. But with Master Networks, it's actually seat exclusive. So if somebody joins our group, they hold that seat and they're the only person that gets to advertise for that within our group. So instead of having 15 different residential roofers, we have Jenny. Instead of having 15 different residential real estate agents, we have Angela. That's the cool thing about being seat exclusive, is that you get to come in and be that connection and that referral and synergy partner within our whole group.
Awesome.
Nice job.
And I know that you and I talked about this before. I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you want to share a little bit about what the ROI has been and how successful we've been this year?
Absolutely.
Because I mean, that's what we're let me interrupt real quick, because one of the things you said, I think the first day that you took over, and I want people to understand this because it's very, very important. You talked about how networking is not always about ROI, that there are business growth opportunities abundant. And I see that within our group, right? Our ROI is good, but it's almost a byproduct of the value we get from the community that we have. But we also want ROI. So talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So in Master Networks, we actually track 3 things. We believe that what you track improves. So we track face-to-face connections. We meet outside of our meeting. We build the connections because, as cliche as it is, people do business with others that they know, like, and trust. And the way that you do that is through building connections. So we track face-to-faces, which then lead to referrals. I always say at the meeting, you got to give to get. I fully believe in putting good out there so good comes back to you. What do they say? If you help somebody else reach their goals, you're bound to reach yours. So we track referrals, and then that obviously leads to ROI. The way that we track ROI in Master Networks, it's not the total sale. So if I have somebody who connects with me and buys a $100 cheese board, I don't track $100 into our ROI. We only track the straight profit. What is the profit, the money that's going into our specific pockets that we can then turn around and put back in our community. So that's what we're tracking. Last year, we hit a little over $400,000 of ROI in 2022. And in 2023, we're creeping up on 200,000 right now. I know fourth quarter is a huge quarter for a lot of businesses. So I have no doubt that we're going to reach that stride as we break into the rest of third quarter and we enter Q4. But we're just creeping up on $200,000. And I just want to reiterate, y'all, that's almost $200,000 of pure profit that has come from referrals that are tied to our chapter of Master Networks. Mm-hmm. And it's not always The Rock. It's not about Lendon or Angela or Jenny sending me an order, but it's about the ripple effect. Who do they know? Who is their sphere of influence? And that's why we're trying to build our chapter up as we bring more quality people into our group who are committed and who are active to being a special part of the Wylie Chapter Master Networks. We're able to experience the ripple effect from everybody's different sphere of influence. Because it's not just about me knowing Jenny and her buying logo cookies or a cheese board for a client. It's about her connections as well, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. So that's the really cool thing. But as we creep up on $200,000 of pure profit ROI within our chapter, that's pretty special.
It is. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing. All right, I want to bring our other guest on now and let them talk a little bit about Evanescence Mustang Rescue. Penny, would you like to go first?
Actually, I'm going to defer to Candace if that's okay, given the fact that she is the originator of creating Evanescence, and I'm new to the board and trying to get horses adopted. So
all right.
I think Candace should give us a little bit about the history and the horses, and we'll start
Great
there.
Idea.
So in 2015, I started realizing what was happening with the slaughter pipeline for horses and donkeys. And one of the things that I started seeing was Mustangs going through. And Comet here is actually the very first one that came to us, because I actually got a message one morning, and this is how things just all play out. And I love that Jenny has become such a big part of our support team. And so I got a message about Comet being at the Bowie Kill Pen first thing in the morning. I went to post her information on Facebook. Didn't really have a big following at the time or anything. I didn't even have the rescue started. And so I put it up there, and somebody reached out. By the time I got to my hygienist, who is Wendy, another of our board members, because she's been with me for that long following everything. And by the time I got there, a lady had reached out and said, I'll pay for her if you can take her. Well, we didn't have the fencing up. We had just finished the building, but had plans for the fence in the next year or so. So it kind of moved our timeline up a little bit. And I found a lady that was a local trainer, and she agreed to take her. So it just all pieced together. And that's how Comet became our very first rescue. And she is still here with us permanently because she is the foundation of what we do and why we do what we do. But as a therapist, I've always wanted to figure out a way to bring the horses into the therapy sessions. So I've brought clients out in the pasture with them. Not all my clients can come out, obviously, in the Texas heat. It's ridiculous this time of year. And so we're very limited on what we can do right now. So our biggest fundraiser opportunity that we've got going right now is to get our covered arena up so that we can offer it year round versus just when the Texas weather permits.
So let me ask this. So you said the horse behind you's name is Comet. Did I have
Yes.
that right?
Haley's Comet, yes.
All right. So being that was the first horse that y'all rescued, and she kind of probably has the run of the community. Is she spoiled?
Just a little bit, yeah. She's got a big personality. And as she's gotten older, she was only about 3 when she came to us, which makes her 9, 10 this year. And so, yeah, she's definitely got a following. And then one of our few domestics that we've had on the property, his name is Donkey, and he is a donkey. And he's the other biggest factor for the clients because a lot of them just love long ears. And then I'll show you over here. This is Diva in the front and Fiona in the back. And then Addie is the other domestic that we have. And Diva and Fiona came to us together out of Bastrop, Louisiana, and they had been severely abused, did not want anything to do with human contact. And so I worked with them for about 6 weeks to 2 months, and then I just let them out in pasture, not to try and push them into connecting. And over the years, they have started to come around and love coming up for carrots. So if we have visitors when we do open houses, they love to be center of attention too.
That is awesome. Well, hey, we're about to have to go to our second break, but when we come back, I want to ask you a little bit more about your fundraising efforts and events that you have, because obviously that's what keeps you going. So everybody, thank you for your comments. They keep coming in. A lot of them are our Master Networks family. We really appreciate y'all too. So everybody stick around. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond. Let us get it out of the dust.
Are you looking for new or more reliable and affordable home services? Look no further than Utility Connect. At Utility Connect, we understand that every customer is different. Thanks to our partnership with The Difference, our free concierge service seamlessly shops all of your utilities and services for your home or business with one easy phone call. So what are you waiting for? Call Utility Connect today and experience the difference. For more information, give us a call at 469-414-2033 or visit us at www.utilityconnect.net/thedifference to learn more.
Are you a business owner looking to grow your company? Get fast, easy financing up to $5 million with no minimum FICO score required. Apply in 60 seconds and get funded in 24 hours. Call Jim Thomas at 214-629-7223 to talk to a financing professional today. Your business's future is waiting. So don't delay. Call now and tell him that you saw him on The Difference.
And now back to the show.
All right, we are back. I want to thank all of our sponsors for making these shows possible. Takes money to produce them, takes money to run them, and we couldn't do it without our sponsors. And speaking of that, horses eat a lot, and they're expensive. Talk to us, Candace, if you will, about fundraising for Evanescence and what y'all need and any events that are coming up soon.
We are fundraising year round, and so we have really started looking into bigger events. September is actually our biggest fundraising month because we have North Texas Giving Days, which we'll start being able to fundraise for that September 1st. And I believe the 19th, it's a Thursday, is the final day of that. But we will be working on that overall through our Facebook page. We also have Instagram, Twitter. We don't use those quite as often because Facebook is a much easier way to be able to connect with people locally and, you know, across the country. And so let's see, September 2nd, we'll have an open house here at the sanctuary so everyone can meet Comet and the Long Ears. And we have a few others here as well that they can come and meet. Penny, what else do we have on the list? Farm to Table Dinner, the 23rd?
I believe so, whatever that Saturday is.
I'm pretty positive it's the 23rd. I forgot to bring my notes out into the far pasture when I walked out here to be with the herd. But yeah, those are some of our biggest events. We use Eventbrite, and like I said, on Facebook, we'll be doing a lot of updates. The other way is our Patreon page. We have roughly 80 followers right now, which brings in around $800. So that buys about 8 bales of hay, and that doesn't go very far. We also have a senior sanctuary up in Oklahoma who requires most of the feed. So we're really hoping to build that to at least have 100 followers on there. And that's where we do a lot of our videos and updates on everything ahead of time. And then again, it'll come back out on Facebook at some point. But Patreons get a update ahead of time. So that helps too for anyone that's interested in joining us there.
Okay. What about volunteers? Do y'all have a lot of volunteers that come out and help you with the herds?
We have a few right here. They're pretty well taken care of just being out in pasture, but I do have one volunteer that comes up and does that. Penny would probably be the best one to contact as far as volunteers go as well. She's got a little bit more that can be done out at her place because she's got some that we are working on getting adopted. Sometimes we will use local fosters as well. So if somebody's interested in adopting and they're not quite sure it's going to be a fit, we can always set them up as a foster for a Mustang. And if it works, then we adopt them out to that foster. And hopefully they can help us with others in need as well.
Okay. Penny, I'd like for you to come on now, if you will, and talk a little bit about that adoption process. I know you and I talked about it before, but if someone's out there and they're a horse lover, you know, how would they go about adopting, and I guess they contact you? I mean, what's the process?
So there's 2 separate ways to adopt if you're interested in either having a horse that is rideable or just having a pretty pasture pup out in your pasture. The first way would be to go through either our Facebook page or our website. And there is an adoption link in both of those. You can fill out the adoption paperwork. It gets submitted to me. I go through it, and then I arrange an on-site assessment of the location on where you plan on having that horse. Obviously, because the horses that we save are saved from either the auction circuit or through a kill pen, we want to make sure that we're placing a horse in a place that it's not going to be ending up back in that same circuit. So as part of the adoption process, we make sure that the people understand that we have first right of refusal to take those horses back. The other option would be, as Candace alluded to, foster to adoption. So again, same process, but if you're not 100% ready that you're for sure you're willing to take on that level of responsibility, we can do a foster process in that you would go through the same process as adoption, but you wouldn't pay for that adoption fee. You would take that horse on as a foster, assess whether or not you're ready for that level of responsibility, and then go from there. And I also will do just a random stop-in visit to make sure that the horses really are in a safe, secure, and loving home.
That's awesome. Well, we normally, and this has been so fascinating, I kind of called an audible. We normally have a topic that we talk about each week, and I'll scroll this now, but the topic is usually about networking and building professional relationships. I've kind of pushed that back. I do want to touch on that a little bit, but I just, I wanted Brittany to get time to talk about her business, but then also her impact on the Master Networks chapter, and then obviously Penny, you and Candace to share, what's going on there, because we're here to make the difference in the communities and for the nonprofits that need a voice and need an opportunity for people to know who they are and what they're doing. And so I did want to push that out a little bit. So now we are going to transition, and we've got about 5 minutes until our final break. But I want to talk a little bit about the network and building professional relationships in a local setting. We all have to do it. I'm going to start, and I'm going to go straight to the president. I want to start with Brittany, because we had a person that had transitioned out of teaching she was on the show maybe Tuesday or last week. And I was just listening to her, and I was fascinated. And I was a coach for a while, and I never thought of it this way, but how you really had to network and build relationships with the kids you taught, right? To get them to listen and be teachable and be coachable. And so when I started thinking about that, and I kind of thought back a little bit, I'm like, you know what? Teachers and hospitality people make such good business professionals because they've already learned how to truly connect with people, right? It's not transactional when you're there at all. It has to be relational. And so, Brittany, I want you to start off talking a little bit about how you've used what you learned in teaching and now you're networking, because you told us today at our meeting and then also on the show about that shock of networking and what it takes from you and what you can give back. But share a little bit about the transition, what you've used as a teacher, and now what you're doing professionally.
Absolutely. So my 12 years in education prepared me for this chapter of my life. It is all about relationship building. It can't be transactional, especially with kids. Kids are stubborn, resilient, amazing little creatures, and they will go through a wall if you build that connection with them. A lot of times in school is their safe place. So you really get to build that relationship with them. So those skills that I had at school have transformed over into the business world. I'm in a profession with Boards by B Charcuterie. I'm in a profession where I'm not providing electricity or something like that where a business owner has to have it. I'm providing something that allows them to give back to their clients, or somebody who's going to a housewarming party wants to bring a gift for the hostess, or somebody who's hosting a kids party wants to do a grazing table. I'm not the person who invented charcuterie, but I'm Brittany. I'm Boards by B. And when I get to know my clients, or whenever I share who I am on social media, although it's on social media, I'm still building relationships through social media. I'm letting people know parts of me. I'm letting them know the face behind the business, whether that's in person, having a one-on-one, or it's behind the camera on social media. People don't buy what you sell. They buy why you sell it. And why is who you are. So it's all about building the relationship, and a relationship is not one-sided. That's where I was talking about earlier. You've got to give to get. It's how can I help you? Who can I introduce you to? Because naturally, when you help other people win, you will win on the back end. It's the same thing when I was teaching and coaching softball. I'd help the girls win at softball and win those lessons. And then in turn, what I would get is a team that bought into our program. It's not about the wins and losses, but it was about buying into our program to make them better people. It's the same thing when I'm networking for Boards by B or for my financial business. It's about showing people who I am, letting them know how they can trust me, and me helping them. And then at that point, they'll open up to the possibility of, okay, what do you do again? Okay, how can I use you? But if you don't have the relationship, it's just another person. I'm just another cheese board.
Well, you said something early and when you started talking, and you're talking about the kids, and they see through the BS pretty quick. If you don't have if you're truly not approaching them with authenticity and transparency and sincerity, you're not going to make a connection with them, because they don't care how you feel if you don't care about how they feel. And so it's just so cool to put that piece of the puzzle together, because I wish people could understand that is networking. It's just taking a little bit longer. You got to get away from that transactional mindset and put a little bit of time in. You got to invest some time to get to know someone, to figure out how you can help them. Because like you said, what you sell may not be what they need from you. All right.
Well, it's crazy. You're absolutely right. It's just about the relationship and about letting them know they can trust you as a person first, and then trust you as a business.
Absolutely. We're going to hit a break real quick. When we come back, I want to talk to Kansas and Penny about networking, because obviously with what they do and fundraising. You've got to network, you've got to get the right connections. So everybody stick around. Final break. We're going to come back and then we'll get the insights from the rest of the crew and we'll close out. Y'all stick around.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie is made possible in part by Jenny Connelley with TC Roofing and Restoration. Trust TC to keep you leak-free. Jessica Cooper with Diesel Signs and Displays. The Power of Advertising. Lynn Heberly with Coldwell Banker Apex, guiding you home with heart and expertise. Caitlin Fiesel with Elite Diamond Cleaning. Your home and office is a diamond. Let's get it out of the dust. Dallas Jones with Rementis, bringing your memories and technology back to life. Melissa Mancini, owner of Melissa Mancini Photography. Don't let your babies grow up to be JPEGs. And by Marissa Page with Page Restoration. When the worst happens, let our family take care of yours. The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show.
All right. Again, thank you to our sponsors, the people that make the show possible. All of those sponsors are also our co-hosts, so they're deeply involved in making this show so special, which, by the way, of our community shows, we have Denton, we have Frisco, Plano, Wylie, and we're bringing on a few more. Wylie is kicking butt, which I would not expect anything less with the group of people that have put this together. But just incredible group, powered by Master Networks. But I want to get back now to our topic, and I want to talk to Candace and Penny a little bit about your thoughts. Let's get your thoughts on networking and how critical that is for you to continue to raise the funds that you need to raise to do the things you need to do. Which one of you wants to go first, Candace or Penny?
I'll go. So I think I have maybe a little bit of a unique perspective on networking. And I definitely leverage that perspective because I may have started my career in nursing, but I am now working for one of the largest medical technology companies in the world, and I'm in sales. So I have taken the knowledge that I have and parlayed that into a sales position. In doing so, I take those networking skills and that understanding of the need to build a relationship and have a personal impact on that person rather than, like you described, just purely transactional, and am working and leveraging those skills in my volunteerism with Evanescent Mustang Rescue and Sanctuary. I work every single day and mention every single day to the people that I have business relationships with, peer-to-peer relationships with within my company, and most recently use that knowledge and my interest in volunteerism and my rescue that I work with Candace, and was able to garner an award from our company to provide us with a grant. I'm still waiting to find out how much money that's going to be, but it's every single opportunity that you use. And there were over 250 applications for this grant money. And because of Candace's ability to, in the application process, really express the impact that this rescue is having, not only on the horses, but ultimately with the War Horses program that she's putting together, grouping the traumatized Mustangs with the veterans and the first responders, and having that shared trauma experience through therapy. That, I think, is what really helped us, because the company that I work for is very focused on helping veterans. So definitely kudos to Candace for that, as well as just my outreach in the community. Anytime that I have an opportunity to talk about something other than work, I talk about the rescue and invite people to the house and see the Mustangs. I personally have 5 Mustangs and 4 burros here at the house. I think I might be able to let go of some of them from an adoption process. They've been with me long enough now that I'm starting to get a little bit attached. The Burrows are not going anywhere. They're mine now. They're staying. They're just too dang cute. But I'm constantly out there speaking of the good work that the rescue is doing, and it's a 5013C. So we know that every single dollar is going towards the betterment of the Mustangs, the betterment of the programs that we're putting together for veteran therapy. And then we're also looking at one for underprivileged children that we're hoping to develop up in Oklahoma. We have 30 horses in Oklahoma, Candace?
30 to 35 right now.
Yeah, I have the 5. Candace, you have how many?
9.
Yeah, so we are, from a horse to acreage perspective, we are maxed out. So that's where I come in as far as getting the word out and trying to get some adoptions happening, because we can't continue to rescue as long as we're full.
Yeah. You just said something. Have any of you ever been in a situation where you have years of experience and someone says something that you're like, how did I not hear it that way 20 years ago? You just said that you approach your networking with the first priority of making a personal impact. And I think that is so incredible. I mean, because here's the thing, we have face-to-faces all the time in Master Networks. I can have a face-to-face and I may not get anything out of it, but I can give something that can make a personal impact. And so when I leave, I feel like I did achieve something that day. So thank you for sharing that. I mean, I'm kind of like, I'm like, where have I been in my whole life that I've not really seen it and approached it that way? Candace, just a few minutes real quick. Tell us a little bit about your experience with networking and you started this yourself. How have you done it? What's been the most effective way for you?
A lot of it is word of mouth. And when I started off, it really was focused on Facebook and just networking that way. And we have rescued from coast to coast, but we have really reined it into Texas and Oklahoma at this point. We might pull a little bit from the outside states here and there, but we're really trying to help more with owner surrenders, auction, versus going to the kill pens where you pay at least 5 times more than you would if you get them at auction at half the time. And half the time they're not handled at all. And the more unhandled ones we have, the longer it takes for them to decompress and be adoptable. So we've really had to struggle and turn away a lot that we don't want to have to turn away. But to be able to manage the ones that we do have properly, we've got to have the funding to make sure we can do that. So as we continue to expand with networking, like last weekend, the 3 of the 4 board members were able to be together and do one at the VFW here in Sherman, just to meet some of the locals, talk about what we're doing. Some had heard of us and some hadn't. And so you just never know when it comes to word of mouth and who we might be able to reach that way.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. And tell everybody how to get in touch. I know that y'all said it before, but just remind everybody how to get in touch with Evanescent Mustang Rescue.
Okay, through our Facebook page, Evanescent Mustang Rescue and Sanctuary. We also have our email address. I believe it's been posted. The cell phone number that was given is mine. So if anyone wants to speak with me directly about anything, and then I may defer over to one of the other board members if needed.
Okay. All right. Miss Jenny Connelley, tell us a little bit about your networking experiences and how in a local setting, what is your strategy? What works well for you?
Well, to be totally honest, I don't have a strategy. It's really not a strategy. I love people, and I do love connecting people as well. And just here, as I'm listening, I'm just really excited to have just this group on here together, because from the day that I met Brittany, she really is just like a leader of people. And when she does her events and her charcuterie, where she's educating people on cheese and how to pair them, like her passion just exudes so much. And the way that she communicates with a crowd of people, I thought of her immediately when I met Penny and Candace. Like, how can how can we do an event? Like, how can we create like some type of, nonprofit fundraiser? And Brittany would be such an amazing person for these girls to know, because this is what she does. And she brings together people and brings awareness to to things that are happening. And I think that's the biggest struggle that a lot of businesses have, is that people just don't know you're there. And when you go into networking, you have a few seconds, but you really, you're connecting with people. And for what Candace and Penny are doing, I don't even know that if anyone even fully understands like what the power, like how impactful a horse is, and the spiritual connection that we have with them as humans. And they can feel our energy and our vibes, and they almost choose you and can connect with things that you've been through, and the way that you can heal, like just through like with our hands of touching them. It's so amazing. And I'm not someone that wants to, I'm not a horse rider or anything, but I just being in their presence, standing in front of them, you instantly can feel like a relief and anxiety. Like it's so powerful. And to see that these horses that are just being, killed and taken to, just collected off of this BML land, and what they're doing to save them. I cannot wait to have us get together outside of this call and see how we can make more of an impact with the sanctuary and help more people, because what they're doing is amazing. And I love how Brittany just, that's her strength. And she's done it in a short time, just in our Master Networks group.
Absolutely. And Jenny, once we get off the show, I want to reach out to you, because this whole show, I mean, I proclaim to be a business development strategist, and I think I have a great idea I want to share with you so that we can help Mustang Rescue. So we're going to do that. Angela, I've known you for a while. You are a go-getter. You make great relationships. Talk a little bit about your networking skills and how you use that to continue to grow and connect other people outside of what you do.
Well, I think that, everyone always says your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. And I do believe that's true, but I think that it's just so much more than the business aspect. It's what you get back. I love being part of the community and being able to support nonprofits, other businesses. That's really my heart, is giving back to others and seeing other people succeed, especially women. I'm big on women empowerment. Let's go, girls. So I just want to see other women win. And it's a lot for me, because I've been through a lot in my story, and maybe one day I'll share it, but I've had to overcome a lot of obstacles, and there were a lot of nonprofits there that helped me to get where I'm at today. So that's a big part of who I am, is giving back and wanting to help others. That networking aspect is just fulfilling, whether you're like, the Master Networks itself has a lot of really good training within it as well. So even if I were to never get a referral out of the business, it's not, my business is a little different. It's not like everyone's looking for a house every day, right? That's just how it is. But we get this training that's amazing. And then you get to collaborate with other business owners and leaders. And that feels so good to know that somebody else is going through the struggle. I'm a single mom. It's exhausting sometimes. I go into hiatus from networking. Sometimes I do. Like, people be like, where have you been for like a long time? Because you get exhausted doing all of the things and being everything to everyone. So, there's just ebbs and flows, and learning that that's okay, giving yourself grace, but really getting out there and keeping going and lifting each other up. That's what's important about networking to me.
I agree. All right. So we've got about 2 minutes. So that means everybody's got just a few seconds. We're going to go through. We're going to start with you, Angela. Real quick, how do people get in touch with you? We'll go Brittany, Jenny, Penny, and Candace.
All right. Well, you can get in touch with me many ways. My Facebook, my website, but I would love it if you text me or call me, 214-549-1930.
All right. Miss Brittany.
Perfect. Brittany, you can call me or text me. It's 214-734-4173. And I have a social media. My handle for my charcuterie business is @boardsbydfw. And I would love to connect with you. You can also Google search Boards by B, and my business will pop up, and you can contact me that way.
All right. Miss Jenny.
Awesome. Well, there's my ticker right there. There's my cell phone number, and you can call the 800 number, or you can go to our website and fill out a form, or on our Facebook page.
All right.
Or just Google TC Roofing and you'll find us.
All right. Thank you. Penny?
Hi, so I can be reached via cell phone 214-471-8322, or I can be contacted by my email address, P as in Paul, L as in Larry, my last name Walters, and 0219@gmail.com.
All right. And Miss Candace?
And for me, Facebook is usually the quickest response. I don't always get to it very fast because I do work full time on top of the rescue, but we'll be watching over the next several days at least to hopefully get some new contacts that want to support us and follow the rescue work.
All right. Ladies, thank you so much. Co-hosts Angela and Jenny, another home run with your guests. Awesome show. Thank you so much, ladies, for being on and being a part of this. And thanks for everybody watching, all the comments. And we'll be back next Tuesday with the Tuesday version of the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for watching today's show. If you like today's show, please share, like, and subscribe, and make sure to shop, buy, and hire in Wylie. Special thanks to all the guests, co-hosts, and sponsors of the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie.
Thank you for tuning in and watching our show. If you would like to see our next show, or more shows like this one, just click the QR code and go to show schedules, or just follow and subscribe to our channels to get updates and notifications of this show, and many others like it.